Hey there, Lori and Amy. Second pillar to social media strategies is content. Now this one is the one that probably gets people caught up the most, is that they're trying to be super creative and they don't have to be. So when it comes to content creation, let me just, I break it down into 4 different parts. You can either create it yourself, where you have the creativity that you're, either creating the video or the picture, the text, whatever it might be. The next is you might just share it. So someone else creates the content and all you've done is just regurgitate it. The next one is you might DJ it. So just think of a DJ, they take a song and they mix it up and they kind of create their own song, even though they're using somebody else's, but they're putting in some different beats. Same thought process here, using that same content from a share perspective, but now you're putting your own spin on it. You're asking questions to engage with the audience online. And the final one is to be able to have a look at what you can do from a journaling perspective. So you're just sharing your story of who you are and what you do. So let's just jump into first, number 1, creating of content. When it comes to creating of content, the most readily seen right now is video with subtitles. People will watch that because a lot of times they end up watching video in an inopportune time to turn on the sound, so that there's subtitles there, they'll end up reading it. The next one then is video. People end up stopping to see the video. It's that old phrase that a picture speaks 1,000 words. Then what does video? Video will speak millions of words because it's that powerful of a tool. The next one is going to be pictures with text, then pictures, then text. We'll talk about live session in a special section called live content. So that's how you end up creating content. So it could be some of the different opportunities that open up. It could be about our organization. I saw the great thing that Milwaukee South had created their own fun video. I thought that was really, really powerful. And I think it's leveraging the skill sets and the talents that would already exist within the organization and allowing them to be able to blossom and to share that to the community. The next one, when it comes to if you're just going to share it, so think about like industry. You might have like belong to Sherm, so you get like the HR manager or the HR magazine. You might read some Harvard Review or something on Wall Street Journal. It's those kinds of articles that you can then share, especially on LinkedIn, in order to be seen as an industry thought leader when it comes to staffing and ultimately human resources and being able to help people connect people to businesses and businesses to people in that capacity. And so you're just sharing that content. DJing, that really comes down to the consumer, right? The user. What are my thoughts regarding the Packers? And yes, your passion for the Packers is something that can be very, very helpful in being able to connect you with other people. At the same time, it can, keep it in the professional setting, right? So we don't need to see pictures of your food. We don't need to see a ton of selfies. We don't want to see pictures of your animals either, unless it's like National Dog Day or National Bring Your Pet to the Office Day. And you can have fun with some of those, by the way, which will help you in creating some of that content if you want to be able to just look at National Something Day. And then you can just, National Hot Dog Day, National Root Beer Float Day. You can, have that into your office, or again, have fun with that, but then remember to document it. And even if it's just a photo, to then put that up and say hashtag National Hot Dog Day. The branch team leader decided to bring in hot dogs for everybody from Portillo's, which can just be a fun way to just showcase the atmosphere that, hey, this seems like a great place that I'd want to work at. And the only way that you're going to be able to showcase your company culture is by actually showcasing it out there on a platform. Oh, by the way, it's free. You don't need to pay money in an ad in a newspaper in order to show that you're a good organization and that you're a great place to work at. The next, so you have, when it comes to creating of content, you've created it yourself, you're going to share someone else's, and then next is you're going to DJ. So as you're reading different articles, you're reading different books, Chop Wood, Carry Water, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. I think about a lot of those business books that exist out there right now for disciplines of execution. You can then put your own Seek spin on how you think that can apply to your business. I think about the 4 quadrants, especially as I was working at Seek when it came to some 7 habits of highly effective people, where you have urgent, non-urgent, important, not important, and then where are we spending our time? Do we spend our time in that first quadrant of important and urgent because all that we're doing is putting out fires, and we're not actually spending more time in quadrant 3, which is a non-urgent but important? I think about those are the opportunities that really can blossom an organization and really grow a branch. Those are where I think the BDP ends up spending the majority of its time, is in that 3rd quadrant, because it's important work. It's not urgent. We're building relationships that come to fruition 3 to 6 months down the road, and that can be extremely powerful. So as you think about putting your spin on that content, you're making reference maybe to that article that you read from the Wall Street Journal, from HR Review, and then you're putting your own Seekified spin on where that's coming from. The last one is journaling. So this one, you're talking about what you're doing. So in order to keep things a little bit more private, you're not maybe going into extreme detail about maybe the meetings that you have, what companies that are out there, but you might be talking about, hey, I went to a networking event for the local Chamber of Commerce. We enjoy belonging to the chamber and the value that the support that they give to local businesses and the overall economic development that they're committed to in our community. Boom, like that stamp, that post just shows that you care about another organization. Oh, the boots to work. I can't remember what that organization was, but that's something that we do. It's a photo of maybe the bin with a bunch of boots in there, or it's just a picture of an empty bin and saying, hey, we participate in this organization because we're about getting people to work and making sure they have the right footwear. Do you want to help us help other people? And so it's posts like that show that we're involved with our communities, we're involved with charities, we're not just there to make a dollar, we're involved. The other thing that came to mind that I thought was really, really powerful was that there is paid time to go volunteer. That should be not just talked about, but that should be showcased. So here is, 5 Seek people out here, shoveling snow or, raking leaves, whatever that is, serving food, that should be documented in order for people to see that. That's powerful. So that's journaling. When it comes to content creation, people need to get away from it being perfectly crafted, wonderfully edited. This is why I do it right here in a house. You can see all I'm doing is just moving the video around, so that way you're getting a different experience and not getting stuck seeing the exact same thing. But guess what? I'm wearing the exact same clothing because I want to be able to show you that it's not so much about the quality of the content as much as it is of the content itself. Right? So you're not caring that I haven't edited it perfectly, that there's not this background music there, or there's an intro or an outro to the video. You're caring more about the words that are coming out of my mouth, and does it make sense for you? So as a recap for content, you're creating it, you're DJing it, you're sharing it, or you're journaling it. Hopefully that's helpful. Sherm's out.